Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Biologist. My name is Brittany. If you are new here, thank you for stopping on this little old video. And if you're oldie but a goodie, thank you as always for coming back. It's that time of the month, time to close out our November budget. So if you're interested in that type of content, please consider giving this video a like, commenting, and of course subscribe to the channel. Your girl will also appreciate it. Now let's hop straight into this video. All right, y'all, I hope you are doing well and staying safe no matter whenever or wherever you are watching this video. So it's already that time of the month. I don't know, at this point, I just don't even think time exists. Everything is just going so fast. I cannot believe we only have 1 month left in 2023. But here we are, and it's time to close out this budget. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Brittany. I am a zero-based budgeter, which means that every dollar that I get paid has a place in my budget. I am a salaried employee at both of my jobs. I have my main job, and then I teach on the side, and I get paid on a salary basis at both of those jobs. So I have my budget sheet set up here. If you want to see where I got these original numbers from for November, I will link my November budget with me up in the cards. And I just posted one for December as well. So if you're interested in that, both of those videos will be up in the cards. So anyways, let's go ahead and check in on this budget and see where our money went for the month of November. So as always, let's start off with income. For income, I had budgeted in total that I was going to get paid $5,420 for my income. I did forget that for my second job, my teaching job where I get paid bi-weekly, November was a magic month, which means I got 3 paychecks. So I did update that here. I don't think that's present in my November budget with me, but I did update that here. And then what we actually got paid is $5,427.54. So we were $7.54 over what we expected. I don't care if it's 10 cents, $1, any dollar over what we budgeted is a win in my opinion. All right, so moving on to savings. I break up my savings into more or less about three or 4 accounts. The first is my personal savings, which includes my 3 to 6 month expenses and my emergency fund, and just general savings. I have budgeted putting $1,500 in that account, winded up putting $1,500. My Roth IRA, I did budget to put $565 into my Roth IRA. I only put $473, and that is because I am very close to maxing it out. So I wanted to spread out the remaining amount that I need to put in my Roth IRA to max it out between November and December. So that is why this value is a little bit lower than what I budgeted. I did go ahead and put $100 into investing. And this is, I said it at the beginning of this year and I really didn't follow through, but my hope is that in 2024, I really do get back into investing, buying ETFs, individual stocks, things like that. You know, of course, retirement, my Roth IRA and 401k, of course, that's technically investing, but I do want to get back into actually tracking the market and buying ETFs and things like that. So that is what I did for the month of November. And then last, my only sinking fund that I have, which is my car insurance, I basically put $100 a month towards it for my next 6-month premium, and then I pay that premium off in full. I put $100 towards that. That is my only sinking fund. I have gone back and forth over the years of using sinking funds, and I've just decided it's really not for me. So car insurance is my only one. So in total for November, in my savings, I put $2,173 into my savings. Okay, so now that we're done with income and savings and investing, now let's see where I actually spent money at in the month of November. So I break my expenses down into 2 categories: fixed expenses, which of course don't change month to month, and then my discretionary expenses. The one thing you will not see in any of my budgeting videos, at least for right now, is any debt. I do not have a car payment. I don't have loans, personal loans, nothing like that. The only debt that I carry month to month is my mortgage, and I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, I'm keeping it that way for as long as I can. So now let's talk about these fixed expenses. So the ones you see highlighted here in yellow, those are expenses that I do share with my partner that I live with. And what you see reflected here, the actual numbers, this is my portion of what I owe towards water or electric or whatever. So if we start off with mortgage, I budgeted $1,529 I need to put towards my mortgage. And I actually put $1,520.22, which means we were in the green, and we had 79 cents left over. This and any extra money that I have left over stays in the joint checking account that we did set up to pay for our fixed and expenses that we share. Water, I put the full 50 amount that I have budgeted into water, so we don't have anything left over for that. Netflix, which I do pay, I budgeted $17. They took out $16.42, which means I have 58 cents left over. Electric, we always budget $100. The actual electric bill was way lower than $100, and I have $61 left over. So we do budget billing at our house. So that way the bill is really similar all year round. And that is how our electric bill is on the lower end. Also, the other thing that I need to say is, of course, if you're new to the channel, I did just buy this house this year. So the months where no one was living in it, like no electricity was being used, so that is accounted for in the budget billing. So I do expect our electric bill to go up next year, but for right now, I'm very thankful that it's so low. And this, again, this $61 is just gonna sit in that joint checking account until we need it. Fios, which is for our internet, my portion, I budgeted $60. I wound up spending $55.15. So we have a balance of $4.86 left over. My cell phone bill, I budgeted $38. Actually spent $37.70, which means we have 30 cents left over. And then Apple, which for me is my Apple Music, and then my iCloud storage was $7.34, meaning we have 66 cents left over. So if we tally all of this up, that means we are under budget by $68.18, coming in the green for November. Love that. Okay, so next up is the discretionary expenses, and of course these can vary from month to month to month. First one I have here is groceries. Again, this is highlighted in yellow because I do share this expense with my partner. We put all that money into that joint account. So I budgeted to spend $240 for my portion of the groceries, winded up actually spending $190.72. We only buy groceries for 2 people, and we pretty much exclusively shop at Aldi. That is how we're able to keep our bill relatively low, because trust me, I'm fully aware that grocery prices right now are like out of control, but go to Aldi, y'all. I keep telling people, if there are, you know, certain like specialty items that you feel like you can live without, Aldi's is so much better. So like, for example, we pretty much go there, get enough food for us for the entire week, about a little under $100 for 2 people every week, and we get a good amount of food. So shop at Aldi, y'all, if you have one in your area, or Lidl. I really like Lidl too. It's just that the Lidl in my area is further away, and the Aldi is literally down the street. But anyways, that means we have $49.29 left over, coming in under budget for groceries in November. Gas, I had originally budgeted $120 for gas, winded up spending $97.31, under budget by $22.69. Gas has been going down in my area. I live right outside of Washington, D.C., and I'm extremely grateful for that because I have been driving more, so very grateful for that. So now beauty is one category where I went over budget. So if the writing is in green, that means we're under budget. In red, that means we went over budget. And if it's black, that means we came in right at what we budgeted. So for beauty, I have budgeted $40, winding up spending $44.29, which means we have a negative balance of $4.29 for beauty. Not too bad. I did get a few things during like Black Friday that I paid for with my beauty money, and I went a little bit over, but I'm not too mad at that, especially given that I came in under budget in so many of my other categories. Shopping, I have budgeted $160. This is just for all general shopping for me. Personal care, you know, pretty much anything that doesn't fit in any of these other categories gets paid for by shopping. Winded up spending $142.29. Again, coming in under budget by $17.71. Fun, I budgeted $150, winded up spending $160.24. I did go out with a friend. I had a friend who was unexpectedly in town, because I was actually doing very good on my fun entertainment budget pretty much up until like the Thursday before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving Eve, I had a friend who told me that week that she was going to be in town. I have not seen her in a while. So we went out the Thursday before Thanksgiving. And I did spend some money doing that, but not by much. And in fact, I need to put a little minus sign to let myself know that this is an over budget. So giving, I did give away the full $10, so we have $0 left over for giving. Eating out, I budgeted $60 for eating out. Wound up spending $74.36. For I went over budget by $14.36. This is the first time I have gone over an eating out in a very long time. Me and my partner really don't eat out that often, if I'm gonna be honest with you. We mainly cook at home. But we were off pretty much that entire week of Thanksgiving. Like I was off from like Monday to Monday or something like that. And we just decided to have like one night where we were gonna like stay in, like order pizza and, you know, stuff like that. So that's where that over budgeting, this additional money came from. But this is not typical for me, because I am not the biggest person to eat out. Now let's talk about a category where, yes, I spent way over on holidays. I think I said in my first check-in, my first or second check-in for November, that $50 was gonna be it. I was gonna limit myself to $50 to spend on holidays, which is basically decor, anything I need for any of the holidays coming up. And let me tell y'all what happened. So I'm a new homeowner, and this is my first time decorating a home for the holidays. So I mean, I went a little overboard. I'm not gonna lie, we're transparent on this channel. Went over by $55.66. But now that I have all this decor purchased, it was mainly the lights, like the Christmas lights, that was the, you know, cost the most money. And we decided to get automatic timers to turn on all the Christmas lights, because it was just too much going around the house and turning on every single light. So those also took up a significant portion of my holiday money. But now that I have them, I won't have to buy them next year. So went over, but you know, it is what it is. You know, seeing all the Christmas lights on my house makes me really happy. And there's sometimes so few things to be happy about in our world today. So if that $55.66 bought me a little bit of happiness, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. So yeah. All right, for car, I did budget $100. Winding up spending $83.13. I did get an oil change and a tire rotation. Since I am driving more often these days, I'm making a real effort to actually take care of my car and making sure it's good for the winter. For clothes, I budgeted $100, winding up spending $29.57, which means we came in under budget by $78.43. I had originally budgeted $100 for clothes because my original plan was that I wanted to get like a coat during Black Friday, but I thought about it, and honestly, the coat that I have now is fine. Like, yeah, it's a little beat up. I've had it for, I don't know, like 7-8 years, something like that. It's a little beat up, but it does still keep me really warm. So why buy a coat when I really don't need one quite yet? So that is why I wound up coming in way under budget. I did get a couple of things. Like I got some tights and like some socks for wearing with boots, and that's pretty much it. So very happy that I came in significantly under for clothes. House, I budgeted $60, winded up spending $56.57, which means we came in under budget by $3.43. During that week, I was off during Thanksgiving. I did a couple of home projects. I bought some like touch-up paint, like touched up a couple things around the house. That is primarily what this money went towards. And then health, I did budget $65, winding up spending only $20.07. I did get sick earlier in November. Luckily, it was not, the C word. And I was good to go by Thanksgiving. But I did spend $20 on like medicine and things like that, and still have $44.93 left over. Pet, I budgeted $14, winded up not spending anything. And this is because we went to my partner's parents' house for part of Thanksgiving, and they love Titan. In fact, he used to be their dog, and then we took him over. Like he came to live with us because they're a little bit older, but they literally love Titan, and they gave him so many treats. They gave him turkey necks, turkey necks, liver, everything. That man got so much on Thanksgiving, so many treats. So I decided, you know what, he don't need anything else for November. He good. So still had the full 14. Nutrafol, which are the hair vitamins I take, budgeted $84, winded up spending $83.60, which means we have 40 cents left over. And then gifts, I budgeted $100, gave $100 to my dad for his birthday, which means we had $0 left over. So if we add up everything in total, I spent actually $1,197.81. I have budgeted $1,353, which means even with going over in several of my categories, we are still under budget for my discretionary expenses by $155.20. So what's gonna happen to this $155.20? Well, the amount that went towards groceries, that's gonna stay in the joint account. And then any money that I had left over that I didn't spend essentially goes towards my buffer, which is my own personal checking account. And how I like to do it is I like to pay with everything that I can on my credit card. That way I can get the reward points. Like I have like over $80 or $90 built up in reward points. So technically I can put that towards my credit card bill and like be even more under budget, but I'm just gonna keep letting it build up. So I do recommend that method if you are very disciplined with your spending, because one, it helps your credit score stay high, and then two, you basically get free money if you have a really good rewards card. I have the Chase Freedom card, and I have nothing but good things to say, but only do it if you really feel like you can be disciplined in your spending and not just swipe. So yeah, that's just how I do it, y'all. So the last thing we got to do to close out this budget is our recap. So for our income, we have budgeted $5,420. We actually got paid $5,427 and I think 54 cents, which means we got paid more than what we expected. So 5,420 minus 5,427.54, which means we were in the green by $7.54. For savings and investing, we did budget $2,265, winding up putting $2,173. So if we do 2,265 minus 2,173 means we had a difference of $92. And I'm gonna write that in black because it's not really over budget or under budget. It's just that I didn't put as much towards my Roth IRA. Then for expenses, we have budgeted $3,155. What we actually spent was $1,197.81 plus $1,733.82. So in total for our expenses, we spent $2,931.63. This means we came in under budget by $223.37. All right, so that is gonna go ahead and end my video. If you did enjoy, please consider giving it a like, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Your girl would appreciate it. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.